Try not to make fun of me, but I bought my boyfriend a gift and epically failed. Posted by you/ClimbThc. I kind of deserve to be made fun of for this, but hear me out. I am not particularly a Tolkien fan, editor's note, the author of The Lord of the Rings. Not because his work isn't absolutely legendary, and deserves all of the reverence that it gets. It's simply because I'm not much of a fan of fantasy novels. However, my boyfriend deeply loves Tolkien's work, and I love that for him. And the man is such a gem that I want to spoil him rotten. Anyhow, I was at a vintage store, and I came across this book set, which I had never seen before at any other used bookstore. I was nervous about the purchase and wanted to research it better before going through the checkout line, but of course, just my luck, I had no cell service in this small town. I even tried walking 2 blocks away from this vintage store, praying a cell signal would make itself known and save my life. No luck. So I decided to just be a brave girl and purchase it. Mind you, at the store, this book set is saran wrapped. I was not allowed to open it and get a closer look at the books before purchasing. I get it home and immediately feel devastated upon discovering the pages are as yellow as an agoraphobic chain smoker's walls. I thought it couldn't get worse. Until, to humiliate myself further, once I finally regained cell service, I Google it and discover that the set is missing a goddamn book. I am so completely, entirely, deeply embarrassed and ashamed for not knowing any better. I literally cried. And no, the vintage store did not accept returns. I don't have enough money to repurchase the correct set for him. I spent $50 at the vintage store, and even that was already getting outside of the budget I have on my pathetic barista salary at the moment. But God, one of my absolute favorite things about my boyfriend is how much he loves to read, and how much he cares for his books. He doesn't dog-ear pages, he carefully mends any tears, meticulously organizes them on his shelves. I was really hoping to knock one out of the park with this one, and instead I wasted my money and embarrassed myself. I told him I bought him a gift that ended up being a fail, and I vowed to never tell him what it was, and I mean that. That being said, would it be a crime against Tolkien if I repurposed this book set into some sort of art piece? I do collage work, and I've been brainstorming some ways I could use excerpts of the text and or the covers to make something for him in the future. Should I just sell it for pennies? Should I just burn it? Put it on a street corner for free? I'm kidding about that, but truly, the pages are a traumatizing shade of yellow, and although my boyfriend would not expect perfection out of a vintage set, even for my taste, the damage and missing book is too severe to gift to him. I feel so dumb, but because the shell that the books came in didn't look like they had much wiggle room, I would have never thought a book was missing. I can barely fit my thumb in between the books and the shell, so it just didn't dawn on me that the Hobbit should have been there. /relevant comments. Commenter. No, you did great. The set you got is actually fantastic. Your set comes with the red slipbox.